Hello. I just wanted to talk about an easy raised garden bed that I feel like if you're going to build a raised garden bed, if you're not going to have it where you don't have to bend over, where it's not waist height, or even taller, where you don't have to bend down, then you might as well only put it the minimum distance you need to get out of a wet space. Right here is so unbelievably wet that we have. And so what we did is we came in through here and we removed all this dirt about 6 or 8 inches down and flung it up here onto this space. And then with the cavity we had, we put some cedar logs that were cut down, and we marked the edge of the bed. Doug. And we put all those down. We have some temporary wiring around it because we still have our ducks free roaming. And we'll take it down once we develop more of this bed space. But again, we filled this with mulch when we were done to bring it back up to the space, the same level that it was before. But now we have this garden bed here that all the roots of these plants can grow in a wet space because they're up above it. So we have some lovage, some peppers, and some different smooth kale. And over here, we had a cuttings bed that's being a little bit taken over by some lamb's quarter, but it was the same idea. Remove the dirt, fling it up here, fill the space back with mulch, and we put a bunch of cuttings in here, so we have to come weed it, but we got a bunch of willows and mulberries and pears and hawthorns and some river locusts, which are right there. They're starting to bud out a little bit. These are some persimmons that we added in here, along with some thornless blackberry that are starting to leaf back out. Here's another space that we did the same thing. This was an old log pile from the forestry days in this pine forest. And we took all the logs, organized them in hugel mound fashion with the more decaying material as you go up, and then capped it with the dirt from this path up onto the top of it, and then put a bunch of compost on top of that, some aged compost all over top of that, and then again filled this space back in with mulch. And I believe we flung a little bit of dirt up this way from here as well, filled it with logs to hold in the space and keep that soil from eroding away. And on top of the hugel mound, this is our first successful one. We have broad beans, turnip, persimmon, tiger lily, thornless blackberry, and there's a fig at the end and a cherry tree right here. I'll get to the other side with the sun. It's hard to see. There's a fig at this end. Here's another angle of the hugel mound. So we pretty much did repeat with turnips all thrown around. So we go broad beans, tiger lily, turnips. This was I believe it is a cherry that was here before. We just left them for the birds. Thornless blackberry. Oh, here's two that we added. We put in two service berries. Not doing the best, but I think they'll still make it. They just probably might lose their leaves and then grow new ones. But yeah, you don't have to build this huge, crazy high raised garden bed. You really just need to build it up enough to get the root bottoms where all the roots, the top of the root mass, are going to be completely dry always. And the tips of the roots can go into the wet zone and search out the moisture and the nutrients. But yeah, so that's a little bit of an alternative method to growing in a wet space. It's just about getting your plants out of the wet. Get that root mass out. Just up that 6-8 inches most of the time. That's all you need. But thanks for watching. Tune back in for some more.